Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurs from all over the world, please make welcome the truth guy, Mr. Home-Based Business himself. The man of the hour, everyone's favorite, Kerry Miller.
Always like that last shot on the drum there. Pow! Man, I tell you what, I say it every time I get on. I wish I was playing tonight. It is Friday night, and we always play on Friday nights, and I miss playing music, and I'm tired of COVID and everything else. But that's not what we're here to talk about tonight. We're going to come to you about 20 minutes, and I want to welcome everybody that's checking in. I know it's Friday night. You probably have a lot of things better to do, but unlike me, you're not doing them. Actually, I'm not doing them either. I wouldn't be here right now. But it's good to have you on, and it's good to see everybody. And I just want to talk to you tonight about failure. And I know that's a word that we really don't talk about a lot. You know, we don't want to talk about failure. We don't want to think that we fail in life. But you know, it's okay. It's not a bad word. It's a good word actually. And you know, I have failed. Many of us have failed. If you're an entrepreneur and you're successful today, trust me, you have failed 1,000 times. But that's kind of some of the things we're going to talk about tonight. Let me throw over here to the comments. Hey, Dale Benton, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you, man. Good to see you on this Friday night. Dale's in the horse business. If you really need a champion horse, and I don't know what kind of horses they are, but I know they do some amazing things. And thank you, my friend. You know, that's going to be Dale just said, I hope you're healing with your loved one and your friend. And I'm going to tell you, I lost a friend a couple of weeks ago from COVID, and it's been hard. You know, I cry into the night, but that's okay. That's part of the healing process. You know, and there's one thing I can tell you. If you go through a period of time in your life and you feel like all the air has been knocked out of you, cry. Just find a place and simply cry. And you know, I cry all the time. I cry for good. I cry for bad. I cry for what's going on in the world today. You know, and I look at things through a different lens than most people. I look at things through a lens of success and failure, and that's why I want to talk about failure tonight. And the biggest reason I believe that most people fail is because they cannot make a decision. And you say, well, gosh, Kerry, if you don't make a decision, how can you fail? That you started off right there. You immediately start off by failing by not making a decision. Listen, there is nothing wrong with jumping into something. You're excited about it. Your first instinct is usually good. Now, some of us make a decision and say, we're not going to do this. Some of us make a decision and say, this isn't for me. This isn't what I wanted to do. So you made a decision. You said, you know what? This isn't the direction I want to go. I want to go a different direction. I made a decision. Non-decision is this. Non-decision is saying, you know what, I really want to do this, and you never do it. You never start. You never get to where you're going. And you know, when people hear that, they're like, well, man, that's a terrible thing to say. Why would you tell people that they fail? Because they do. You know, the name of my podcast is the Truth Guy Podcast. That's just the way it is. And you know, it's some of us can't handle the truth. Part of growing and part of being who we are and part of being successful and getting us to the places we're going to go is doing what? Failing. You can't fail if you don't start. I ran track, and I was pretty good at running track. I loved running track. And of course, I don't run track now. I don't even run to anywhere. I walk. I walk to the refrigerator. I walk to the car. I walk to Walmart, whatever. I don't run anywhere. But when I ran track, I had a huge fear of losing. I did not want to lose. All I did was run, 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 and run some more. Now, my dream was to be a track star. Obviously, that did not happen. You know, obviously, I went a total different direction. But I will tell you, I stood in that first place box many, many times because the drive and determination is what got me there. It wasn't that I was a better runner. I was short. I was small. I had short legs. I had to take twice as many steps as anybody else. But what I learned to do is make my legs go faster than everybody else. And so I was driven to win. In every successful business that I've started in my life, I've been driven to win. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, and it doesn't bother me a bit. I've started a lot of things and failed. I've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into opportunities, businesses, things that I wanted to do, and guess what? Didn't make a nickel. But I learned so much from those experiences. I learned what not to do. I learned which direction I needed to go. I've bought a ton of product and warehouse, and I had to build a warehouse for one of my companies in order to put all the product in it. And then I had to hire someone to ship it. And then I had to hire someone to program it. And it was just, I mean, it was a huge undertaking. And I made a lot of money with it. I mean, it was a very, very successful business. And it's no longer viable today. The technology came in and went out really quick, and I was able to catch the wave, ride the wave, and was able to capitalize on that. But on the flip side of that, with all the success I had and watching the bank account grow and all that stuff, guess what I learned? I learned that I never wanted to warehouse product again. I never wanted to ship anything again, and I never wanted to touch a product again when I sold it. I love e-commerce. E-commerce is my forte. I've made a fortune in e-commerce. How have I done that? By keeping the blinders on, keeping the noise out, and going forward and doing what I want to do. Drive and determination is what got me there. Now, I will tell you, I am not your typical e-commerce guy. You know, I'm not your guru. Actually, I don't think gurus are guru. I think they tag themselves with that line guru, you know, to try to sell you something. I'm not a guru. I teach what I do, and some people follow it and win. Some people follow it and fail, you know. But at least they take the chance. At least they dive in. At least they do what they want to do in order to get to where they want to go in order to try to succeed. Now, just because you fail at something doesn't mean that you don't continue on. When you fail at something, you step back. Now, when you step back, you have to take the blinders off. But the one thing you don't want to do is listen to the noise around you. And I know this is sad to say, but it's the truth. It is what it is. The people that usually love you the most will be the first to tell you, I told you so. They'll be the first to tell you that I knew you wasn't going to make it. They'll be the first to tell you that, hey, you know, just go back to doing what you were doing because you're no good at what you're doing now. And it's kind of sad, and I know that they mean well, but what they're trying to do is comfort you to the fact that, hey, you was a failure and it's okay, you know, because we knew you were going to fail. You know, I'm going to tell you, when I start out on a mission, when I start out doing something, when I prepare to do something, I don't look at anything as I'm about to fail. I don't put any negativity. I don't surround myself with negative people. I don't surround myself with anybody that says you can't. I don't surround myself with anybody that says you won't. I don't surround myself with anybody that says I told you so. I go forward at 100 mile an hour, and if I hit the wall, I know it's going to hurt, but I take that as a learning experience. If you've not been face down in the dirt with the arrows in your back, knowing that everybody's looking at you, hey Roger Pineda, how you doing, my friend? Knowing that people are going to look at you and say, God, here he goes again. Here she goes again. You know, always trying something. Let me tell you something. The greatest success comes from those that try. The greatest failures come from those that mouth. The greatest failures come from those that never wake up in the morning to achieve anything. It's up to you to make it happen. It's up to you to do the things that you need to do to really, really achieve where you need to go. It's up to you to make things happen in your life. Don't depend on anybody. Now, some of you are probably going to say, gosh, Kerry, those are hard words. You know, I'm going to think about that tonight, and I'm going to think, gosh, man, I have to depend on people. No, you don't. Depend on yourself. I have many mentors. Matter of fact, one of my mentors is on right now, Roger Pineda. Just popped in. Love the guy. We've been through thick and thin, ups and downs. Great business partner. We've made a buttload of money. Is that a word? Buttload? A buttload of money together. We've done so many great things together. You know, and he's a great success mentor. But he has his mindset, and I have my mindset, and when we put them together, great things either come out of it in a positive way, or great things come out of it when we say, hey, let's regroup and do something else. Because we didn't make it in that venture. We didn't get to where we needed to go at that moment. So we learned from our failure, we got up, and we became successful in something else. And that's what you have to do. I'm not telling you not to love the people that are around you. We all love I love everybody. Negative, positive, don't give a crap, you know. I mean, because I truly believe that everybody wants to succeed. Most people are afraid of success. Did you hear what I said? Everybody wants to succeed, and I believe that in my heart. Even people that will say no, 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 no. You know, they're saying no because they're afraid. You know, most people are afraid to talk to people. I'll tell you a secret, and this will knock you off your chair. I'm the most introverted person you will ever meet, and I have spoken on stages to thousands of people. I've been viewed online millions of times. But in the beginning, I wouldn't even get on the screen. I didn't want my face to be seen. I got on the screen tonight because I got a new haircut. And I told my stylist, I said, I'm going to get online today because you made me look really, really super good. It's the first time I've changed my hair in 40 years, 50 years probably. But so anyway, that's just kind of a joke. And somebody just texted me and said, yeah, you looking good, Kerry. But think about this for a moment. I am an introvert. I am afraid of people. And I talk for a living. I was in Florida, and I had a good friend of mine. He was a PR guy, public relations guy. And we were at dinner one night, and he said, man, you know, I've looked at a lot of your videos. And he said, you're super successful. He said, I follow you. He said, I've followed you for a long time. That's how we got to know each other. And he said, but I have one question. Why don't you get on camera? I said, dude, there's no way I'm getting this on camera. Absolutely not happening. He said, why? He said, you know, he said, don't take this wrong. He said, you're a nice looking guy. He said, you speak very well. He said, you have a big smile. He said, people will like you even more on camera than they do off camera. And he said, if you will do that, you will be amazed at what your business will do. So I started thinking about it, and I thought, you know what? Well, I'll dye my hair. He said, no, don't dye your hair. Don't change anything. That's who you are. And I said, man, dude, I said, I don't know. I don't know. And he finally talked me into it. And one night I was in Florida, and he said, "Okay, we're going to do a show." I said, "What do you mean we're going to do a show?" He said, "You're fixing to get on camera." And he had some people there, and he said, "Put him on camera. Put him on YouTube." And I was like, "Dude, are you serious?" It was the greatest moment of my life. Getting over the fear of failing on camera. And I actually do the same thing. What you see me doing now is what I used to do behind a PowerPoint. My inflections are the same. Everything's the same. My mannerisms are the same. And so I was afraid I was going to fail in front of a camera. And it's been my greatest asset is helping people on video live just like this, right from my living room, okay? And I'm in my living room today because it's 150 degrees outside. It's freaking hot here, and Dale will agree to that, who's watching right now. And I know it's hot out in Arizona where Roger's at. But think about this for a moment. You're watching a guy whose biggest fear was failing to get on camera. I'm going to give you a tip. This isn't what part of the things we're going to talk about tonight, but I want you to do something tonight. After you watch this video, and I remember when Dale did this. I remember Dale's first live video. You know, he's kind of a shy, great guy, love him to death. But I remember when he started getting on video, live videos. You know, he's great. You know, he's just a good country boy with a big heart, and it shows right through the camera. And Roger, I've watched him on video. I've done some interviews with Roger. He's great on camera. He doesn't do it much. But when this training is over, I want you to pick up your camera. I want you to go to Facebook, and I don't care what you talk about. You can talk about me. Talk about, say, man, I just watched this crazy dude, man, with a new haircut, and he said I'm a failure. and think about what, you know, don't even think, I should say think about what, don't even think about what you're going to say. Just let it roll off. And people are going to say, hey, how you doing, man? You're looking good, blah, 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 and all that stuff. And it will boost your confidence. And you will get over that fear of failure. Business is the same way. We are afraid to build our business because of what people will think. Think about that for a moment. We allow others to stop us because of what we think they will think. You know what? When you're building your new 25,000 square foot house, driving your new Lamborghini, and pulling up in your new F-350 with your nice travel trailer behind it, and you're headed to the mountains in Jackson, Wyoming, then they'll shut up. You know, I love America's Got Talent because I love it when you see someone on there who feel like they have failed over and over and over, and they have a fear because they've been bullied and people have talked about them and done some things, and then they get on AGT, America's Got Talent, and they're amazing. And Simon Cowell always says, hey, you just showed the bullies who's boss. You know, and when you do this, when you wake up and you say, hey, I'm going to be successful today. I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care what anybody does. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to be successful, and I'm going to make it happen, and I'm going to go talk to people about my business. Even though I'm scared to death, I'm going to go say something, and the best thing that you can do is just tell a story. How many stories have I told in this 20 minutes of video? I think 4 now. See, your stories are what sell. I told you the story about how I was afraid to get on camera. I told you the stories of me failing in business. You know, I told you the stories about people talking about me and telling me I wasn't going to succeed. You will succeed if you allow yourself to do that. The only thing that will stop you is you. That's a guarantee. The only thing that keeps you from succeeding is you. Nothing else, no one else, unless you let them. And because you let them, it always comes back to you. So with that said, when you jump off of this video, and you're going to say, Kerry, that's the craziest thing I ever heard. Let me tell you something. I do it every day, multiple times a day. I look in the mirror and I say, thank you, God, for allowing me to be successful today. Thank you for giving me the strength to get through this day and do the things I do that I'm afraid to do. Thank you for allowing me to take myself to a level that I never dreamed I would. And I'm going to tell you, when you talk to yourself and when you self-edify and know that you are going somewhere, while everybody is sitting back saying, oh, there goes Kerry again. That's okay. You know, when they text me I'm in Florida in the Jupiter Beach Resort, that's okay. They say, hey, where you at? Oh, I'm in Florida. Again? Well, yeah. Why? Because I can afford to be. You know, why? How can you afford that all the time? Because I work for myself and I'm extremely successful, and you said I would never make it. So guess what? Here I am. I would have invited you with me, but I don't allow negativity to follow me around. I don't allow negative people to be in my presence, you know. And I know that's tough. That's a tough truth. But know this. When you start doing that, if you have to put yourself in the proverbial box, okay? I'm trying to draw it on screen. Put yourself in the proverbial box and make sure that everything you do is for you, and then allow that to justify your why. Why do I do the things I do? And I'm going to close with this. Your why is what drives you. I love success because what it allows me to do to help others. I love getting on video and sharing what I have done in my life, hoping that it will inspire one person. And I've been extremely blessed. I've inspired many people to achieve success. But it is my hope that I inspire one person to achieve the goals financially and those self-proclaimed goals to help them get to their why. Most people's why is because of someone else. Most people's why is what they want to do for others. Most people's why is right here. It comes from your heart. You know, I don't know how to draw a heart. Let's see. It comes from your heart, you know. And if you will focus on your why and allow you to focus on you, every time you have a failure, you'll say, gosh, I'm glad that happened, because now I know how to do it differently. Because today, I am successful. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being a part of the show. Our new crowd on, Twitter and Periscope. We appreciate you watching. Everybody have a great day. Good night. God bless. And if you're in Texas, stay in tomorrow. It's going to be a hot one.